Get ready to dig into some trash, because today we're diving deep into Wall-E.
Well, one of Pixar's finest, I'd say.
Yeah, and you guys sent in some awesome notes about this movie.
It's a classic for a reason, right?
Totally classic.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack why this film about a lonely robot on a trashed-out Earth just hits us right in the feels, even all these years later.
I mean, it's got that Pixar magic, you know.
It really does. And you know what's interesting? Those cute robot noises you hear, they're actually modified trash compactor sounds.
No way! I never would have guessed.
We'll get into that later. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk visuals.
Okay, so visually, it's stunning. How does Pixar do that?
Right. I mean, those shots of Earth buried in garbage and then the Axiom, that sleek spaceship.
But
Breathtaking.
it's like you're really there.
And that's because of global illumination, or at least that's part of it. They basically simulated how light works in the real world.
Ah, so that's why the shadows look so soft and the reflections look so real.
Exactly. They recreated it all digitally. And you know what else always gets me? Wall-E's movements.
Oh yeah, he's incredibly lifelike.
Super lifelike. Like, he feels like a real being, not just some CGI creation.
That's the magic of dynamic simulation, right? Making his actions smooth and believable.
Yeah, it makes him feel so fluid.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much emotion they get across with just his eyes.
Right. You really feel for him, even though he barely speaks. It's in his eyes.
And speaking of that minimal dialogue, that was a big risk for Pixar.
Huge. But it paid off because it forced them to rely on their animation and the sound design, which brings us to the genius of Ben Burtt.
Oh, yeah. Trash compactors for Wall-E's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who thinks of that?
Pure genius.
Yeah.
It's so unique, so perfect for his character.
It totally changes how you see trash compactors, honestly.
Right. And you can't forget Thomas Newman's score. Hauntingly beautiful.
I know. Especially during those Earth scenes, it adds so much to the atmosphere.
And then it gets playful during Wall-E and Eve scenes. It's incredible how much emotion the music brings to the film.
Absolutely. And let's talk about those emotions, because Wall-E is more than just cute robots and cool visuals, right? There are some really deep themes running through this movie.
Well, for sure, you picked up on that in your notes. Like, it makes you think about our consumer habits and their impact on the environment.
Yeah, it's pretty thought-provoking. And that ending, man, it's hopeful, but also kind of a warning at the same time.
Right, like, is this where we're headed? But I like how it highlights the power of connection, even in this kind of bleak future.
Totally. Wall-E's love for Evie, his kindness to that little cockroach, it shows how important even small acts of compassion can be.
Exactly. It makes you realize that no matter how technologically advanced we get, human connection will always be essential.
And that's something that really sticks with you after the movie ends. It makes you wonder, are we making the right choices today to avoid that kind of future?
It's a powerful message for sure.
It is. And I think it's a testament to the film's power that even years later, we're still grappling with these questions. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Wall-E is a film that stays with you, that makes you think about the world around you and your place in it. And it reminds us that even the smallest actions can have a big impact.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Until next time.
Keep those trash compactors close.